Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, woman who allegedly fatally stabbed her child's father during an argument charged. Police have charged a woman who allegedly fatally stabbed her child's father at the St. John's Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Wednesday. 21-year-old Antoinette Pitt, otherwise called the Shenny of St. John's Road, has been charged with the murder of 26-year-old Lashan Parker, also of a St. John's Road address. The Spanish Town police say about 7 p.m. Wednesday, Pitt visited Parker's home and an argument developed between them. During the quarrel, Pitt allegedly used a knife to inflict stab wounds to Parker's chest before fleeing the scene. The injured man was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Pitt turned herself over to the police on Saturday and was charged following a question and answer session in the presence of her attorney. Her court date is being finalized. Hurricane watch in effect for Jamaica. A hurricane watch is now in effect for Jamaica as Hurricane Beryl has entered the Eastern Caribbean, the Meteorological Service of Jamaica says. It says that this means that hurricane conditions are possible across Jamaica within 48 hours. Beryl is moving towards the west-northwest near 31 kilometers per hour or 20 miles per hour. The Met Service says a continued quick westward to west-northwestward motion is expected during the next few days. On the forecast track, the center of Beryl is expected to continue past the Windward Islands and across the southeastern and the central Caribbean Sea later today through Wednesday when the hurricane nears Jamaica. The Met Office is to issue its next bulletin at 2 p.m. today. Beryl makes a landfall as a Category 4 hurricane on island near Grenada. A dangerous and extremely powerful hurricane, Beryl, made landfall Monday on the Caribbean island of Carico after becoming the earliest storm of Category 4 strength to form in the Atlantic, fueled by record warm waters. The hurricane had winds up to 150 miles per hour or 240 kilometers per hour, just shy of a Category 5 storm, as it blew off roofs, uprooted trees, and caused other damage on Carico, one of the islands of Grenada, and elsewhere in the southeast Caribbean. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation, the National Hurricane Center said. Hurricane warnings were in effect for Barbados, Grenada, Tobago, and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines as thousands of people hunkered down in homes and shelters. The last strong hurricane to hit the southeast Caribbean was Hurricane Ivan 20 years ago, which killed dozens of people in Grenada. NBC Radio in St. Vincent and the Grenadines said it received reports of roofs being torn off churches and schools as communications began collapsing across the southeast Caribbean. Jesus Christ! One woman could be heard yelling in a video that shows tin roofs flying through the air. Late Monday morning, Beryl was located about 30 miles or 50 kilometers northeast of the island of Grenada with a maximum sustained winds of 150 miles or 240 kilometers per hour and was moving west-northwest at 20 miles per hour or 31 kilometers per hour. Officials in Barbados received more than a dozen reports of roof damage, fallen trees, and downed electric posts across the island, said Kerry Hines, Emergency Management Director. Once Beryl passes, drones will assess damage and speed up response, said Wilfred Abrahams, Minister of Home Affairs and Information. Before, it used to take 2 hours to receive information as crews fanned out across the island versus 7 minutes with the drones, he noted. A tropical storm warning was in effect for St. Lucia, Martinique, and Trinidad. A tropical storm watch was issued for Haiti's entire southern coast and from Punta Palenque in the Dominican Republic west to the border with Haiti. A hurricane watch was issued for Jamaica. Man murdered in Commodore District, St. Catherine. A male resident of Commodore District in St. Catherine was fatally shot on Sunday. He has been identified as a 35-year-old laborer, Christopher Graham. The police report that about 10:40 p.m., residents heard explosions and called the cops. A team that responded discovered Graham suffering from gunshot wounds. He was later pronounced dead at the Linstead Public Hospital. No motive has been established for the killing. 2 charged for murder and robbery of Portmore fisherman. 2 St. Catherine men have been charged for the shooting death and robbery of a fisherman at his house in Portmore. Charged with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and robbery with aggravation are 45-year-old taxi driver and mason Renato Blackman of Southborough, Portmore, and a 33-year-old mechanic O'Shane Thomas of Pinnock Close in Caymanas, also in Portmore. Killed was 35-year-old Teddy Meikle, a fisherman also of a Pigeon Shoot address. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 9 p.m. on Tuesday, June 18, Meikle was at home at the Pigeon Shoot in Portmore when he was awoken and told that men were stealing his boat. He went outside to check and was greeted by Blackman, Thomas, and 4 other accomplices. They opened gunfire at Meikle, hitting him multiple times before escaping in his boat. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Meikle was seen in blood with a gunshot wound to the head and upper body. He was transferred to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following an investigation, Blackman and Thomas were taken into custody and subsequently charged. A court date is being finalized for both men. Man attacked while asleep at a Bog Walk home. A 41-year-old construction worker remains hospitalized in serious condition after being shot by unknown assailants early Sunday morning while asleep at his home in Bog Walk, St. Catherine. It is reported that about 4:10 a.m., the man was in bed when he was awoken by loud explosions. He then realized that he had injuries to his head, back, and one of his legs. He ran from his dwelling and sought refuge and later summoned the police. The victim was assisted to the Linstead Public Hospital, where he was admitted in serious condition. The Bog Walk police are probing the incident. Former Labour Ministry employee convicted for stealing funds intended to help poor. A former employee of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security has been convicted for using her position to steal more than $800,000 from one of the ministry's aid programs. Elvira Campbell, 35, pleaded guilty to the charges in the Kingston and charge on January 13, 2022. Her arrest followed an investigation by agents of the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency who were alerted by the MLSS following a 2018 internal audit that uncovered a number of irregularities within the Public Assistance Department. The department was responsible for reviewing applications and disbursing aid under the rehabilitation program. MOCA's investigation revealed that between January 2014 and November 2017, Campbell exploited her position to illegally obtain a total of $807,500. The funds were used to cover tuition fees for herself at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean and for her son at the Michael Foundation. Campbell was arrested on January 13, 2022, following a search of her residence, which led to the seizure of several items. She was subsequently interviewed by MOCA officers and later charged with larceny as a servant and money laundering. Director of Communications of MOCA, Major Basil Jarrett, says this conviction underscores the serious consequences of corruption and other illegal activities in the public sector and highlights the diligent efforts of MOCA's law enforcement agents in investigating and prosecuting corrupt individuals. Campbell is to be sentenced on July 31, 2024. KSAMC struggling to find a suitable land for the dead. Jamaica has acres and acres of unused lands, but the people are struggling to find suitable pieces on which to build their own homes for various reasons, including lack of security, inconvenient locations, and high prices, as it seems that even the dead too might be in danger of not finding a final resting place. Cemeteries in the land are overflowing. This issue was broached by Councillor Eugene Kelly as he spoke during a brief ceremony to officially dedicate the columbarium in the Columbarium Garden at the Boulevard Baptist Church in St. Andrew on Saturday. A columbarium is a structure where the ashes of cremated people are stored in niches. As you might be aware, local authorities are tasked with establishing and maintaining public cemeteries. This has been quite a challenge for the Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, especially in recent times, as we have not been able to identify suitable land for this purpose. As our current facilities reach capacity, we are forced to find alternative solutions. For this reason, the KSAMC applauds Boulevard Baptist Church for well establishing this columbarium, Kelly told the gathering, with the columbarium in the background. Thankfully, for those of us who are not averse to cremation, we have the option of having the remains of our loved ones stored in a modern, aesthetically pleasing columbarium, which provides a serene space for our dearly departed, while offering solace to the grieving families. The growing need for final resting places, compounded by the limitation of traditional cemeteries, makes this modern alternative a welcomed choice for many. The Columbarium Garden at Boulevard Baptist Church was conceptualized while Rolburn Barrett, local committee and project manager, was the chairman of the property, and it became a reality with the help of Jean Treasure and Joy Parish. In addressing the gathering on Saturday, Barrett, among other things, said a popular ongoing debate is cremation versus burial and why cremation is better. In 2015, cremation rate rose higher than burial for the first time, and it is predicted that more than 75% will choose cremation by 2035. But why cremation, he asked. There is a strong belief that cremation is better, and these 7 benefits are contributing to its growth. Cost, environmental concerns, simplicity, cemetery availability, flexibility, a personalized way to honor loved ones, and a more relaxed stance for religions, he answered himself. In the past, many religions have been strongly opposed to cremation, but to date, they have adjusted and taken a more relaxed stance towards this form of closure. The main reason or belief is that the soul is immortal and it does not rely on the physical body, as cremation only impacts the physical body, and there is no doctrinal objection to cremation. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.